Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Let's have a look at this developing story. PAC advertises jobs for principal secretaries. The Public Service Commission has advertised vacancies for principal secretaries. The commission has said that applications must reach it on or before December 4, 2024. Let's jump to some of the qualifications. Requirements for appointment. Number 1, be a citizen of Kenya. 2, hold a degree from a university recognized in Kenya. 3, have at least 10 years relevant professional experience, 5 years of which should have been in a leadership position or at a top management level in the public service or private sector. 4, possess general knowledge of the organization and functions of government. 5, demonstrate an understanding of the goals, policies, and developmental objectives of the nation. 6, have demonstrable leadership and management capacity, including knowledge of financial management and strategic people management. And 7, meet the requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution on leadership and integrity. Leadership and integrity. I find it very ironical when PSC is trying to say that you must meet Chapter 6 of the Constitution. And I'm going to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand what's happening here and why William Ruto has been forced to advertise for these positions. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Kenya is a very interesting country. PSC is talking of Chapter 6 of the Constitution. Look at PSC last appointments of the Principal Secretaries. We saw some people accused of corruption, murder, some even rape, and some non-tribalists being appointed as Principal Secretaries. But in PSC's requirements, they are talking of Chapter 6 of the Constitution. So I'm seeing some kinds of double standards and hypocrisy here. PSC is drinking wine but preaching water. That's coming out very, very clearly. So I'm not very much ambitious whether PSC will look at those requirements in their final shortlist. When Gen Zs took to the streets in June, they were demanding a total overhaul of William Ruto's government. And Gen Z was very clear that William Ruto had to dissolve his entire government. We saw William Ruto sending home his entire cabinet secretaries. Unfortunately enough, a good number were brought back. So it was again a wastage of time. Right now there is that advert of PSS. Could it be possible that this is also going to turn out as another time wasting, where the same individuals are going to be brought back, a good number of them? If that's the case, then PS is just wasting time and wasting Kenyans' time. I strongly believe William Ruto never wanted to send home these principal secretaries. But looking on the prevailing political situation in the country, and looking on how Raila Odinga talked a few days ago, it's coming out very clearly to me that the Raila Odinga wing might be piling pressure on William Ruto for some government appointments. And that has now forced William Ruto to announce vacancies in the Principal Secretaries' positions. I think that's what is going on behind the scenes. There is pressure on William Ruto to accommodate some Raila Odinga's allies in his government. And the only way William Ruto can accommodate Raila's allies in the government is to send everybody home, and then he makes new appointments. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm of a very strong opinion that if the top is rotten, the tail or the back will also rot. Look on how William Ruto handled Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi was impeached very fast, and listening to William Ruto's allies speak, they have been talking ill of tribalism. So if the top is determined for Kenya to stop tribalism, that can end. If the top is determined for Kenya to stop corruption, then the corruption war will be won. If there is no goodwill at the top, it does not matter how many principal secretaries or how many appointments William Ruto will make. The change has to start with William Ruto himself. According to Auditor General's report, and this is something I keep on repeating, Kenya loses about a third of its annual budget to corruption. And that money is lost through these principal secretaries. So if this government cannot get it right in the appointment of the principal secretaries, corruption will still be rampant in William Ruto's government. So PAC has to get it right. And we know that PAC is not independent. It's being controlled from State House. So William Ruto has to make a decision to appoint men and women of integrity if he wants to win the war against corruption. But then again, from the kind of appointments we have seen being made in the recent past days, people like Kidero being appointed in government, I'm also not very much optimistic of the kind of individuals who will eventually be picked as principal secretaries. But that does not mean William Ruto cannot get it right. If he decides to get it right, he will. Let me stop it there. In case you are watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. And before I go, William Ruto's government has largely been a Mount Kenya Kalenjin affair. The appointment of these new principal secretaries gives William Ruto that chance to rectify that. Let us see the face of Kenya. It can't be only two communities holding or occupying majority positions in this government. All Kenyans are paying taxes, and we must see the face of Kenya in William Ruto's government. And if that happens, nobody knows. Maybe William Ruto can just start having some high ratings in terms of confidence amongst Kenyans. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.